Workflows are used for alerting users in a specific role via SMS and email when a customer inquires online, either through a web form or a web form placed on your event booking modules, or when customers are purchasing through your online shop and checking out. Workflows are also triggered. Apart from the automated workflow triggers, you can also enact them using the customer contact tools. When you're working with a customer record and you've added a new case against their record, you can edit or create a new case and enable a workflow to be fired. Here I have an existing case which has been saved against a particular contact, and if I edit this record, I can specify a workflow to be fired. Simply select it and save and finish. Web pages and templates can also have a workflow linked to them to ensure that particular steps are taken before a piece of content goes live. Here's my web page, and if I click on Show More Options, you'll see that I can edit the workflow that needs to be fired if I ever make a change and save and publish this page. So, for this content, I can choose which workflow needs to be fired when a save and publish occurs. But let's go and take a look at how we actually create and manage our workflows. It's under Admin, Manage Workflows. You'll see a list of existing workflows which we can click to edit or create a new workflow. Let's create a new workflow. Let's give it a name. Click Save. You'll see here the tick box for whether or not this should be used for e-commerce orders or not. Now our workflow details have been saved. We can click Next to add the steps, or in the wizard, click to add steps to this workflow. This is where we provide all of the step details, and now we need to ensure that either an SMS or email alert goes to the relevant people responsible based on the roles that we have to choose from. Here's our step name. We can set a task duration, which only becomes relevant if we determine that this step has a must approve option ticked. So if we have the must approve option ticked, we can set a task duration which ensures that we can have a reminder automatically sent to us and also escalation that may go to another role. So we've given a step name, duration, role responsible, everybody in the sales department. We can see who the users are in that role by clicking the View User List. We might want to set a reminder for this particular step so that 1 hour before it expires, we'd like another email or SMS sent to us. We can then choose who should be escalated to. Here's our escalation role. And we want escalation to occur 2 hours after this step has expired. Now we can also send third-party notifications. Third-party notifications are emails that will be sent to third-party people who don't have admin access to our system, but they will still be sent the email with the details of the step as it reaches. So we can ensure that for this step, that everybody in the sales role gets an email sent to them, and also any third-party email addresses. Now we can also specify to have an SMS sent. An SMS will be sent to all of those users in the sales role where they have a mobile phone number attached to them. And the mobile phone number is set up in the My Details tab for each of those users. We can also use the Manage Users under the Administration, which is a separate tutorial. Let's now add a new step. So the second step after approval of the first step will be follow up with the customer. I will have this sent to all the users in my sales team. I won't worry about escalation, and I would like it sent as an email. I don't want to send a third-party notification, but I might like to send a workflow message to my customer. Because workflows are going to be either attached to our web forms, e-commerce orders, bookings, we have it linked back to a customer record. So let's add some text, and this will be added to the email alert sent to the customer once this step has been reached. So let's save it. So we have here 2 steps in our workflow. An initial sales alert with a task duration and the must approve tick on it. It's sent via email. We can specify email or SMS. We have a reminder set. We also want escalation to occur so that if the salespeople don't react and approve this workflow step within the time specified, administrators will be alerted. Or it could be a management role team that are alerted via SMS or email. So this will ensure that we have some accountability on all inquiries that come through our system. We can set up as many steps as we like for a workflow. Now let's go and have a look at how we can attach these to our various web forms, orders, etc. When we're working with some of the modules, such as bookings or web forms, if we look at some of our web forms here, let's click on Contact Us. You can see whether or not this form uses a workflow. And here's our sales funnel steps that we've just created. Simply by choosing the relevant web form and then choosing the workflow and saving, I've now linked my web form to this workflow process. What that means for us, so for our web form, as the customer inquiry is made and submitted, we can see now for this particular contact in their customer contact record for the Contact Us form that they filled out, they've also been automatically linked to the sales funnel steps workflow. And if we have a look at the workflow steps, we can see that the initial sales alert has been sent, and because it needs approval, we're expecting that the salespeople in the role that were alerted via either email or SMS have come in to approve the task, which then moves to the next step, and so on. So we can see that workflows provide us with a really powerful way to systematically approve, follow up, remind, and escalate around various business processes that are linked to our web forms, e-commerce, our bookings, and our content changes. Once you've set up your workflows, you're also able to customize the outbound emails that are sent to customers. If you go into the administration area, either via the menu item and down to customize system emails, you can choose the third-party workflow email alert. These are for third-party alerts where you can determine the text that is sent out and the content, and this is all done when you set up your various steps. Remember when we set up the sales funnel steps for the follow-up with customer, and we chose to send the workflow message to customer, this is our content that we wish to include with the automatic email that's sent to them. So let's go back to that customize option, admin, customize system emails, and let's look at what we can do. We determine the from address, the subject line, what format we need this alert to go out, whether or not we're using template for the outbound email that's being sent. Of course, our site-wide templates are also managed through the admin manage site-wide templates. And here's the body of the email notification that will go out for that step that has been enabled for this third-party workflow. Personalization, because the workflow step is linked to a case which is connected to a contact record, we know who we're sending to. We can insert various database information and customize the text. Here's our third-party content. Remember we added some text in the workflow step? Well, this text will be replaced here. So we can automate the entire process for internal alerts as well as the external notifications for each step in the workflow process. And we can specify one workflow which is going to be used for any of our e-commerce orders that go through our site. So that gives us an overview of workflows and how they're used and where we can link them. If we need more help, the online manual is available, and all of the other areas of the system, such as setting up users and roles, are available in our further videos.